Huh? What? Yep. me. I'm like Ryan.
In today's video, me and Pops are gonna show you step by step how we made each of our signs. These are weatherproof, require no painting or sanding, and are made on this hobby CNC right behind us.
Let's get to it.
Let's go. We're gonna be using color core. And so this color core comes in 4x8 sheets, and this is 1/4 inch. We're gonna be using the cut down pieces so that y'all guys can stick them on the CNC and hit go. The very first project we're making is this American flag sign with this blue two-tone look. So we're gonna use one red, white, red 2 foot by 1 foot piece, and then one blue, white, blue 2 foot by 1 foot piece. All right, so we have our 1/4 inch red, white, red held down. So the first thing we're gonna cut out are these stripes right here. And to do that, we're gonna be using this 1/4 inch O-flute bit. You can definitely just use an 1/8 inch O-flute for this, but since it's quite a bit of material, we're gonna use that 1/4 inch O-flute so we save some time. So we just finished up the stripes, and the reason the stripes look so weird, I'll show you on the programming later why I did it this way. But the next thing we're gonna cut out is this pocket for the blue to sit in. And on this one, since we used 1/2 inch, I went down 1/4 inch because I wanted this 1/4 inch blue to be flush with it. But I actually think it does not have to be flush, and it can actually be up a little bit. So we're gonna pocket down only an 1/8 inch where this blue goes, and we put that blue in there. We'll see how it looks. Now, if you come in close, right here, there is a little spot on this stripe where I went up a little bit. And the reason I did that is whenever we're cutting out this next part, I don't want there to be a thin little wall. And so I just went up on this stripe right here, so this pocket would clear out everything. All right, so we're gonna run this 1/4 inch bit again and clear out everything for that blue. All right, so we just got done pocketing out this spot for the blue. Now we don't have that little thin wall right here. And if you notice right over here, I did go a little too deep, and that's because I'm just using double-sided tape, and this stuff is kind of pulling up like that right there, and the bit's going a little bit deeper. So be sure to secure this the best way possible to be held down, because since these O-flutes do shear so much upwards, it does tend to try to pull that material. All right, now we're gonna put in an 1/8 inch O-flute. Like I said, you could probably do this whole project with one of these, but I'm gonna do the profiling out with the 1/8 inch O-flute so I can get all those details of the coast of the good old USA. All right, so we just got this cut out. It's looking good. The next thing to do is the blue with the stars. So let me hop on over to the computer to show you how I program these two to help you guys out. So what you've seen so far is I pocketed out these stripes, and they can overhang. It is okay. And what it looks like when you first do those stripes, and once again, I'm just going down that 0.07, is something like that. And the next thing we're going to do is that blue pocket. And once again, you can go down 1/4 inch. If you have 1/2 inch material, you can go down just 0.08, just a little bit deeper than this. You just want that blue piece to fit in there, depending on how far you want it to stick up, totally up to you. The last thing we're going to do on this one is we're just going to cut everything out. And when you cut everything out, that's when everything shapes up, and it kind of looks like that. And so as you can see, that's why you can pocket just a little bit bigger, because all of it's going to come off and none of it's really going to matter. Now, once again, you can do this with all 3 of these sizes. I just try to make some different sizes for y'all guys. This is the bigger one that I'm working with in the video. This is the one I'm currently cutting out. So that is the one that is on this. So the next thing we're going to do is pocket out these stars, and this is very simple. This is just a pocket. You can use an 1/8 inch bit, a 1/16 inch bit, a V bit, whatever you so choose. I'm just doing it with an 1/8 inch bit and then a 1/16 inch bit just to make those stars a little bit more detailed. And then you cut everything out right here, and boom. This is now your blue piece that's going to fit right into that American flag, just like this. Now, if you want to scale any of this up, you can just take this section right here and just drag it and everything will still work. So you can make it 16 feet big if you'd like. I just have these preset for you guys so y'all guys can use them. If you want this digital file right here, it is absolutely free. Check the link in the description. So I have the 1/8 inch O flute in there, and remember on this color core you need to go 0.07 inches to go to that next layer safely every single time. That top layer is 0.05 inches thick. So to get to the other color, be sure you're going down at least 0.07 to safely make it. All right, so the stars were all done with this 1/8 inch bit, and just to test this for you guys, I'm gonna run a 2 flute 16th inch upcut to try to see if I can get a little bit more detail to those stars. So the 16th bit just finished, and there are a lot of little tiny fuzzies in there. So I could go back with this brush and clean up every single star. If you could get a brass brush over a stainless brush, that would be better. But instead, because I think that's gonna take quite a bit of time, I'm just gonna run this program again and see if it cleans them up. All right, got the 1/8 inch bit back in there. Time to cut everything out. All right, let's pop this off right here. So the next thing we gotta do is stick the blue to the white of this flag. Now, there are a few different ways to do it. We're gonna use way number 1 on this. And the key thing to remember when working with HDPE is that nothing really likes to stick to it. And so you're gonna have to find something that actually melts the plastic a little bit. Now at the factory, they said the only way to do it is actually like welding, right? Like you actually melt the plastic and it melts into each other. But I did find a really cheap glue from Walmart that actually works. Super glue didn't work, CA glue didn't work. This little plastic bonder thing where you have to have an activator and a glue works really well. Make sure you scuff the surface with some sandpaper. That way it has something to adhere to. So we're just gonna wipe that on both sides and stick it together, see if it works. So here is the finished American flag. That glue is holding well. The stars look pretty good with that 16th inch bit. I made this one in a previous video out of a 2 foot by 2 foot piece. I do think it came out pretty good with that raised blue. I do not think you have to have this 1/2 inch material. So I think the raised blue star area does look good. I'm actually gonna make a bigger version, a 2 foot by 3 foot version for my office. But all in all, these came out really good. They're really simple, and hope this inspires you to make them. Now, let's bring my dad in and let's work on the next project. All right, we are on to project number 2, which is this chicken coop sign. And since my pops, the legend, the myth, the man himself made it, he's gonna talk about it and show us how to cut it out. Go ahead, Pops.
That's it, the man, the myth, the legend. What we're gonna do, we use 2 different colors. We use yellow, black, yellow, and blue, white, blue. This is a male inlay here, so we're gonna cut the male inlay part first. That way, if we cut the female out, the other part out, and it doesn't fit, we can always make this one bigger. But right now, we're gonna center it up and cut this out. Now, Ryan, what do we do now?
Load file.
We want the arrow pocket.
No, you don't.
Oh, arrow
Dots.
dots.
Yeah.
You see how my finger didn't hit the right button? Start job. Stand back. Don't let anything hit you.
Pretty fast, ain't it, Dad?
I got it running just as fast on the Laguna, but it doesn't look like it goes this fast. All right,
load file again.
Now we're going to push load file. We're going to do the profile on the arrow.
Yes. Sure.
And
that's what I saved it under.
Under.
Aha! Huzzah!
There it is. Shazam! Ryan gave me a holder to hold it down. He doesn't want me to use my finger.
No, I don't. You're going your whole life without cutting them off.
Once it gets past this, it may start to rattle. I'm going to hold it down. There it is. We have an arrow cut.
So this is how precise Dad is over here. That's how precise his paper method is. Look, he cut through the material, but not through the plastic.
But not through the paper, the cover paper that comes with it.
Dang, the man, the myth, the legend. That's what I'm talking about.
Now we have our arrow. So far, so good.
Boom, baby.
Our measurements for our chicken sign here that we're making is 18 by approximately 12. And so I've got my blue, white, blue. I'm on the center mark, so what I do, since it's 18 inches, I'm gonna go probably 9.5 or 9 1/4 this way. That way I have 1/4 of an inch that it's gonna be hanging, off the side. It'll just miss that. And then we'll mark the middle here at 6. Now you gotta find your middle mark again. Now what we'll be cutting out first, all this on the inside. Pocketing. We're gonna be pocketing out all the chicken, the vacancy. I think it's going to do the chicken first, and then the chicken up here, and then the vacancy, and then we'll pocket out this second.
So you're still using an 1/8 inch bit to do all of this pocketing?
Yes.
How come you don't just throw a 1/4 inch bit in there?
Because then I have to change my bit up. I have one bit. That's all I'm worried about.
Yep.
It's good to go.
Cool. All right.
So let's find out. We're going to open the file up.
Boom, baby.
There's a pretty picture of it. Hit start. Cross your fingers, cross your toes. All right, that looks pretty.
That is so cool.
I don't know about y'all, but I could watch this all day long. We put a 80 step over. That means it's going to use 80% of the bit to go over. It's going to leave just 20%, so it's going to cut it out faster. First time that I've used this machine. And if I could use this machine, I know y'all can.
What's your opinion on the color cord, Dad, versus wooden stuff?
Oh, color cord, if you get the right colors, so much easier because there's less painting. You can leave this outside, it won't rot on you. It won't fade. A lot less time consuming.
What do you dislike about it?
The cost.
Yep.
So I'm glad Ryan's carrying it, so then when he's not looking, I'll go to the shop and find what I need. And then you don't tell him and, oh well.
Yeah.
Like I said before, if you like what you're seeing, and I like it, like and subscribe. Give everything a thumbs up. If you want to see more of me, tell us in the comments below. All right. How was that? Now see, I could do this all by hand. I could almost do it with my eyes closed, but yeah, right.
What's the inspiration behind making this sign, Pops?
Should I tell them the truth or should I lie? No, Ryan wanted me to make a sign. He said, Dad, make this sign. We're going to do a video at 2 o'clock. He told me about 11:30. So I had to go program, find the sign, make the sign to make sure it worked, and then have it ready by 2 o'clock. If you know how to use the CNC, it doesn't take that long, but also Mom has chickens, and we think that Mother's Day is coming up, so I'm going to give her a chicken sign.
Yep.
And she will be happy.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're interested in the alt mill that we're using today, check the link in the description. It's so easy. A caveman can do it.
All right, we got that cut out. Now what we're going to do is the profile or the pocket on the arrow.
So tell us a little bit about the pocket, though. You messed up on the first one, right? On the pocket?
Yeah. Messed up. No, I didn't mess up. I did the right thing. The first time I pocketed the arrow out, you need to leave a tolerance in there. So I left a .005 tolerance on the pocket here. So it'll cut it out just that much bigger, and that way the arrow will fit in there a whole lot easier.
And with that being said, let me hop on over to the programming side to show you how all this is done so you can have it and know how to use this digital file if you do decide to get it. So this is what the chicken sign digital file looks like. And so the first thing we're going to do is just a basic pocket with that 1/8 inch bit going down 0.07 inches. Very simple here. It's just going to pocket out everything for us. Nice, beautiful blue, white, blue. The next thing is going to be the arrow pocket. And just like Dad said, we want to use that negative .005 pocket allowance. That way that other arrow fits into it. And this can go as deep as you want, whether it's an 1/8 inch, whether it's .05, I don't care. Just a slot for that arrow to stick out. Just know, however deep you do not go is how much it's going to stick out. So that's pretty basic right there. Then after that, we're just going to profile everything out. Very simple here. Boom, boom. And you have your blue chicken sign. Now to cut out this arrow is even simpler. You have your basic pocket right there for the dots. That's just going down 0.07 inches. Let me change that to black. And then you have your profile on the outside. And obviously you'll probably nest this so it fits really well, but we don't have to for the sake of this video right here showing you. So that'll be your arrow. If you'd like this chicken sign, or once again that USA flag, check the link in the description as we are giving these files to you absolutely free. So that right there is how the chicken sign is programmed and the digital file you'll receive from that as well.
That took 2.5 minutes. Get my air gun out. There you go.
Compressed air, right? You gotta pull the nozzle.
Yeah. Come on. There you go. Let's see if it fits. Look at that. I like it.
I love it.
All right, let's do a profile on this thing. Get this cut out. Like before, the paper on the back side, you see it's still holding it down. Now the only thing Ryan noticed right here on the T and the H, I should have spaced that out a little bit so it would cut between that.
As a note, I will change that in the digital file so that 1/8 inch bit fits through there.
Boom, baby!
So Dad's gonna show you way number 2 of attaching the sign to the material.
One way you can do it, if you have this size screw and you just want to hang the sign up, you can put a screw in one of the holes, right in here, right here, and probably down here. We're gonna put some little bitty screws in there. We got some flathead screws.
So to countersink the holes, we'll just put a 60-degree V-bit in there. We'll see if it works. It better.
And just very gently go down into it.
So we just put some screws in the back right here, and this screw is sticking just out just a little bit.
It's actually not sticking out yet. It is pushing the plastic.
Yes.
But
well, what I was gonna say is we went.
If you look, I countersinked it probably too much. So I'm gonna, there.
So long story short, we went down about 1/10 of an inch on this inlay right here, and really the arrow looks good sticking out. And so as long as you go down 1/16 of an inch or something like that, 0.07, you know, to get to the other color, for whatever reason you would do that, that's going to leave you enough room to put that screw in the back when you're doing 1/4 inch to 1/4 inch right here. So this is the very first sign we did, and this is the second one. And as you can see, this one was glued. There's no screws in it. That one has a few screws, but the front of the sign looks just fine. Do you think Mom will like it, Pops?
I think Mom will really like it.
Especially for Mother's Day coming up.
If I can make this, I know y'all can. And that was the first time I've ever used the aught mill. It is pretty simple. Yep. And if I can figure it out, I know y'all can too.
Yep. And then we got, once again, that 2-foot American flag we made, or out of the 2-foot by 2-foot piece of material. And then we have the 1-foot by 2-foot piece of material. This one's about 20 inches wide. That one's about 24 inches wide, but a big difference there. So
this one has the screws.
Yep, that one has the screws. This one has the glue. And they both work. So me and Dad hope you left this video with more knowledge than when you started and learned a little bit about these two-tone signs. And as always, guys, remember, if you ain't cutting it close,
you ain't cutting it right.